Hey everybody, it's your buddy's pal Anthony. Time again to answer the question,
what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Let's find out. Steve, roll that intro, please. First up, we have Last Stand Spider-Man. This version of the character was seen back in The Amazing Spider-Man when J. Michael Straczynski was writing the book. It was leading into the 500th issue, I believe, and there was an invasion of New York. I believe the last two heroes left were Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and something happens that causes Spider-Man to get flung into the time stream, and to get back to the present, he has to literally fight his way through his entire history. Like, there's moments in the story where he has the option, he could help his younger self by hitting the spider that was going to bite him with a web line to thereby prevent him from ever getting the powers and ever having to deal with any of this shit. And then he sees his potential future where Spider-Man, in the costume we know and love, is crouched behind a tombstone, while this version of the character has a confrontation with the police, which ultimately leads to his death. This costume was seen again when it was worn by Uncle Ben when he was Spider-Man during one of the first Spider-Verse events. In the universe he's from, Uncle Ben gets bitten by the spider and not Peter. I forget how that happened. I don't know if they explained how that happened. And this is the costume that he wore, which makes sense for Uncle Ben to wear this. It's a bit more grown up. It's really just pants, a jacket, the gloves, and a mask. It's not the skin-tight spandex that Peter uses. I don't know, something about this just seems more age-appropriate for Uncle Ben. And here we have the one and only Scarlet Spider himself, Mr. Ben Reilly. Like I said, when I talked about ordering this, originally I think the idea of Ben Reilly and how they were using him, if they had shortened the story, really good idea, because at the heart of it, it's the Goblin messing with Peter. It's Peter questioning everything. I think it just went on too long. And unfortunately, I've read a whole lot of Scarlet Spider stuff lately because I have been, and I am, reading through The Amazing Spider-Man. I was getting caught up on everything from way back when he first gets his body back after being controlled by Doc Ock. I've been reading Amazing Spider-Man from that point. I'm working my way. I'm almost up to present-day Spider-Man. And I came up to the storyline called Beyond, where Ben Reilly has taken over for Peter because Peter got injured. And I got up to this point and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell's been going on with Ben? Because the last thing I'd seen of him, actually, he was using the codename The Jackal, and he had his own little Clone Saga event, again, in the Amazing Spider-Man book, while Peter was the head of the corporation Parker Industries. So I went back, I read the Scarlet Spider book that came out following the events of Ben being the Jackal in the Amazing Spider-Man, and holy shit, this guy is screwed up. Not even fun screwed up. Don't read that book. I didn't care for it. He's really screwed up. I'm not saying I need my heroes to be perfect, but like, he's willing to kill, he's willing to let people die, he's completely unhinged, and I don't know, the book didn't work for me. I got off track. Go figure. Here we have this figure. Looks pretty cool. Head over to Nerd Affiliated to watch Steve actually unbox this and talk about things like the dexterity. I do see that the toes have a hinge, so that's pretty cool. And with the addition of Last Stand and Scarlet Spider, I'm officially out of space on my desk. So that means it's time to talk to Josh and get to building the custom shelf I had been talking about a couple of videos ago. It's time to admit it. I'm going to need space for these guys and all the figures that follow, because clearly I have a problem, and I also surround myself with enablers, so these figures are not the last. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching. Head over to YouTube, check out Nerd Affiliated over there. You could become a member of the Nerd Affiliated Army for just $1 a month. You can suggest ideas for us to do videos on. You can join us during either one of our live shows, Nerdy Coffee, Mondays, 9 a.m.-ish Eastern Time, Thursdays, 8:15-ish in the PM Eastern Time, As the boss says, 2 different shows, 2 different vibes, both a great time. Also, head over to our website, nerdaffiliated.com. There, you can check out the Nerd Affiliated merch store. Get yourself or a loved one the gift of some sweet, sweet Nerd Affiliated merch. Steve, play me out of here, please.